What up, YouTube? The Danny Nuggets back in with another post. I made a East play-in prediction video the other day, or I posted it yesterday, I think it was. Now I'm gonna do a West play-in prediction because, like I said on TikTok, check me out at Danny Nuggets there too. The standings weren't set 4 through 8, but now we know. And in the 7-8 matchup, we have the Golden State Warriors hosting the Memphis Grizzlies. With the winner having the right to face on the 2-seeded Houston Rockets. The Warriors are coming off a tough loss against the LA Clippers at home in overtime thriller. As for the Grizzlies, they've been stumbling and bumbling ever since they fired their coach, and they were at one point the 2 seed not too long ago, and now they have fallen all the way to the 8th and are trying to secure their spot into the plan. It's funny that these two teams are facing each other because at the beginning of the decade, these two teams were connected with each other. In 21, the Grizzlies sent the Warriors home when the Warriors were like the 8th seed, and then the Grizzlies were like the 9th or 10th seed, and they got out of the play-in. And then in 2022, these two teams faced each other in the 2-3 matchup. Ja was going crazy, but unfortunately he got hurt, and the Warriors won in 6 games over the Grizzlies. Fast forward to 2025, and the teams are like way different. The Warriors obviously won the title in 22. They've had a couple, I wouldn't say down years, but like they took steps back from 23 and 24. But now they got Jimmy. They've been one of the best teams post All-Star break and post trade deadline. I think I saw they were like top 10 or top 5 in both offense and defense ever since they got Jimmy. One of the best records in the league ever since they got Jimmy. As for the Grizzlies, like I said, they've been in a downward spiral. In terms of the regular season matchup, it's hard to glean anything from them. The Warriors won this matchup 3-1, but like so many things happened in like 3 out of those 4 matchups. This was pre Jimmy Butler trade. So, and in 2 of those 4 matchups, Ja didn't even play, and Ja missed a lot of time during the season, and they were relying on a lot of the depth that they have. The young guys plus Jaren Jackson played the majority of the games. But in the most recent one, in a game that really mattered, was at the beginning of this month. It was the last and final time these two teams played in Memphis, and it was the game where Steph went berserk. He had that damn near 52-point triple-double. He almost broke the record for most threes in a game, and that game went down to the wire, bruh. I think this was like a couple games after the Grizzlies fired coach Taylor Jenkins, and this was one of Ja's better games. He's been shooting the ball better recently, and I think it started here the game before. He dropped 36, and they were going band for each other in the fourth quarter until the Warriors inevitably pulled away. The Grizzlies were not able to execute, and then the Warriors were able to hit. They took the lead after some Jimmy Butler free throws, and they didn't miss a free throw in that game. They went a perfect 28-28, and then the bucket that iced the game was, I think, either Steph missed or Jimmy missed, and then B-Pods came in swooping in for an offensive rebound tip-in, and they won the game. They took a 5-point lead, and then after that, it was all she wrote. They won the game 134 to 125. And the story of that game is that the Warriors won in the margins. They had extra possessions. They forced more turnovers on the Grizzlies. And they forced whatchamacallit. What was I gonna say? They grabbed way more offensive rebounds, like that B-Pods possession, to put them up 5 with like a minute or like 50 seconds left. Should be a good game though. These two teams match up like relatively well with each other. If I had to pick a team based on what I've seen and based on the run, based on the way these two teams have been playing, I'm gonna pick the Warriors in this one in a close one. I will say though, a factor to keep in mind is that I did mention this in my TikTok earlier today, that Jimmy did bump knees, or his leg got caught up with Kawhi's on a contest yesterday in the regular season finale. So if Jimmy doesn't play, that can factor some things in. But kind of believe in the Warriors. I don't believe in the vibes in the Grizzlies at the moment, and I got the Warriors winning a close one and facing the Houston Rockets in the 2-7 matchup. As for the other game, we got the game that kind of doesn't really matter. It's not getting a lot of love. It is the Kings taking on the Mavericks. We got the 9th-seeded Kings hosted the 10th-seeded Mavericks. The Mavericks obviously marred by injury. Nico Harrison and ownership deciding to trade Luka to the Lakers and completely punting their season. On the flip side, for the Kings, they traded for Zach LaVine to make a push. They fired Coach Mike Brown. Doug Christie's been at the helm, and they've been okay. I know Sabonis has missed some time, and it's funny that DeMar and LaVine are back together again. I saw a post on Twitter that said like DeMar and LaVine that duo just stays in the play-in, which I think is crazy. But I know conventional wisdom will just tell me to pick the favorite. And also, this is another matchup where the regular season stuff doesn't even matter because AD has not even played this team. Like in all these matchups, Luca I don't think has played. It has been like role player centric, and the Kings have I think won the season series 3-zip, swept the Mavs, and 2 out of 3 have been blowouts. Kyrie played in like one of these games before he tore his ACL. After this one, after the game they played, outside of that, you really can't glean anything in these two matchups. The Kings do have a top 10 offense. They're both mid defensively, and the Mavericks are also mid offensively, but that's because the injuries, Luca not even playing for the majority of the beginning of the season when they did have him, and then Kyrie and AD barely getting to play together. And then, yeah, it was literally just role players out there. So you can see why offensive and defensive rating wise, the Mavericks aren't all that, and it's indicative of their record. But I think I'm gonna go with the upset here because I like the AD. No, actually, which is crazy to think about. I was gonna say I like the AD matchup, but I just like the role players on Dallas. I feel like AD kind of. I wouldn't say have anything to prove, but I feel like he should be on a mission to at least get to the 8th seed, even though it wouldn't like mean anything in terms of what the Dallas fans are going through. Still bitter about the Luca trade, if anything, if y'all remember the Mavericks Lakers game, but. I don't know, man. I just trust the role players. Even though the Kings probably have more firepower offensively, I just like this AD led group with the players that they have, and I feel like those players are decent, bro. I like Max Christie. Clay is still cool. I like Najee Marshall, PJ, Spencer. They have a cool crew, so I don't even know what to make of this matchup, but I'm gonna stick with the Mavs. And in the final spot matchup between the Grizzlies and the Mavs, I mean the Grizzlies and the Mavs, yeah. Ah man, this is tough. With the right to face OKC in round one, I don't like Ja facing a true rim protector. It's giving me 2023 vibes. So I'm gonna say AD play and run. The Mavs end up with the 8th seed, the finesse it, and they win a close one over the Grizzlies. You can agree with me, disagree with me. Let me know your thoughts on all the play-in matchups out west. So in final, I got the Warriors facing the Rockets, and I got the Mavs facing the Thunder. Comment down below your thoughts. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Follow me at Danny Nuggets there as well on TikTok. And as always, guys, have a good one. Peace.